Hey, it's your girl Lisa Renee, and I am here today on Stunner Radio with Lip Service with Lisa and Shareece. And I want to just tell you guys we have had the most wonderful time with technology this week. It has just been so great to learn that we're not as technologically savvy as we thought we were. But you know what? It's all good.
It's
We're
all
here
good.
now, and I hope that it's going to go well. I'm just believing that it will. So I am so happy today to have a very special guest on our show, Lisa Renee. She is an award-winning life coach. And I don't just like her because our names match, but I like her because of what she stands for. And I don't even know her. I just came across her on social media and I was so impressed with her posts, her event that she has coming up, everything. And so I just felt like we needed to really speak with her. And we have Shareece. Hey, Shareece,
Hi, Shareece.
Hello.
our co-host. Oh no, I don't like that one. Our co-host with Lisa and Shareece. And we have Shareece Gregory is in the house.
Finally.
Yes. So I am so excited to have everybody on board. So again, this is our very special guest, Lisa Renee. She is, like I said, an award-winning life coach, and she has a lot going on and talks about a lot of important issues in the Black community. Well, community period. You know
Yeah.
me, I'm a Black woman. I have to get out of this, but I'm always talking about my people. I
Yeah.
think that's just why I'm here on
Yeah.
earth, because my focus
Yeah.
has always been, probably always will be, my people. So I just wanted to kind of start out with asking everybody, Shareece and I we've been apart, everybody been on quarantine, so to speak, social distancing. So how have both of you been dealing with social distancing, dealing with the pandemic? I mean, how does it feel?
For me, it feels weird because I love people. I love being interactive with my family members and visiting them. I live in Austin, but I'm often in Houston because I have children and grandchildren that are there. So
Okay.
it's kind of put a stop to my road trips. I love the road trips and I love interacting, go visiting family and things as such. And just I love traveling, getting on the road and just going forward. So it's interrupted me in that way.
Shareece, I know you be keeping it moving, but how's it been affecting you?
Um, it actually has been better for me. Um, it has birthed out another artistry of mine, and
Mm,
I've kept pretty busy. I've not missed a beat. I love painting. I love color. So in my new place, I couldn't paint. So I was like, well, I'm gonna learn how to paint on canvas. So I taught myself how to paint, and I don't
Wow.
know see some
wow.
of my little artwork up there, but
Beautiful.
literally, um, was talking to some people, had some pictures behind me. They was like, "Well, where'd you buy those?" I was like, "Well, I made them." And they said, I've birthed a whole nother business that literally I am painting resin art pictures and placing
Nice.
orders. So I've been busy
Wow.
as a bee, and I'm like, Corona don't owe me nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
I have
awesome.
enjoyed this time, and then just the solitude, the
Oh,
quiet time to
yes.
think about what's going forward. Planning things out because sometimes
Mhm.
we get so lost and caught up in the hustle and the bustle
Mhm.
of things that we forget about just living in the moment.
Right.
Right.
So for
Right.
me, this was my quiet time to get to re-know me and to just do some things that I want to do because I'm always doing things for other people.
Mm.
So
Yes.
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, for me, I have had so much time with my kids, and it's funny because on spring break, I was saying I just want the spring break to last longer because I don't get to spend time with my kids so much. Well,
Mhm.
it lasted longer. It lasted
Right.
much.
Several months longer.
They never went back to school, and I was like, oh.
Mhm.
So I got back into my crocheting. I taught myself how to braid my hair, and I've been enjoying it too.
Ah.
I really enjoyed it because I wanted my hair braided so bad. And I said, let me just watch some videos and figure out how to do it. And look at God, I done made it happen.
Yes. Nice. It looks good.
So
Right.
thank you.
Yeah.
So I want to start out talking to Lisa because I am so impressed with your event that you have coming up. So for myself and for our viewers and Shareece, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do at your organization.
Okay. I'm Lisa Renee of Freedom to Be You LLC. And what I do is I emotionally strengthen children and their family members of incarcerated loved ones.
Mm,
And and with that, just making sure that they are emotionally stable. A lot of times they go through a lot of different emotions that others who haven't gone through what they're in just don't understand. And
yeah.
having gone through it myself, putting myself in their seat, I know what it's like when I go and visit my son, or I see them, a mother there that's having a hard time to see her son like that. It's a difficult thing to go and have the anxiety of visiting your child behind bars and you can't touch him. You know, that those of us mothers who are touchy feely and like to give hugs and just love on our children, to see that behind that plexiglass, it's difficult.
Oh, wow. I can imagine.
Yes,
Wow, so that is amazing. I think it's I've always said that sometimes we go through things not for us but for other people. And that's
exactly.
got to be, a
Yes.
reason why you went through that because who really
Hmm.
thinks about those that are incarcerated? A
Right.
lot
Well,
of
that's it.
times they are
Yeah.
forgotten,
They are.
unless it's somebody close to you. I saw your post today about fathers that are incarcerated, and
Yes.
it warmed my heart because I feel like in our society we just throw
Hmm.
them away
We do.
and they're forgotten.
They're forgotten.
So I think that is really awesome that you do that. And how do you find your clients? Is this something that you take referrals, or how do people get in touch with you if they want to be involved?
On my Facebook business page, there's a link there to where they can come and request a session with me, and they can request it and pay for it, and all in one in my back office. You know how the business page works. So they can request there, or they can send me an email, which is at Lisa Renee at freedomtobeyu.com, and I'll respond there as well. And just want everyone to be well.
So is that two B U? Is it all spelled out, or is it like a two and a B and a U, or
I'll spell it out for you. It's Lisa Renee, LISARENEE
Mhm.
at freedom, FREEDOM, number two, lowercase b, YOU at YOU.com. I'm sorry,
Okay.
freedom2bu.com.
So Lisa, I want to ask you, have you seen or do you know if this pandemic has made it harder for people to visit their loved ones? Have the visitation changed, or is it pretty much the same?
Visitation has come to a complete halt.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
Yes, complete halt as of March, like the first beginning of March, when the pandemic first, started happening more frequently. The visitations were halted, and we can only see those who are incarcerated in a prison. They have access to video to view their loved ones, but those that are in Harris County, they don't have that option. It's just a
Oh,
phone
wow.
call. Yes, it's just a phone call. And a lot of parents just don't have the means because of what the pandemic has caused. People are losing their jobs, their income has been reduced, and just trying to take care of other things in life, and then having that added on to paying for the phone calls. And it's difficult. It's
Yeah,
difficult.
I can
They
imagine.
just, they don't eat correctly there. So, I'm constantly, encouraging the parents, if we, it is my dream, I would say my dream, to be able to start a fund for those family members who cannot afford the packages that are sent to the incarcerated loved ones.
Right.
They're not cheap, but they do start out at $25 and they go up until about 100 or so.
Okay.
So with that, just if we could somehow, some way start a sponsorship, that someone that maybe is in dire need of their loved one being taken care of in that capacity.
Oh, that is awesome. I mean,
So
I think that would be really great. Maybe
yes,
like some type of adopt a family situation too, where a
yes,
family wanted to say, I'm going to be a part of this family financially and give
hmm,
a certain amount per month to help them
yes,
get these packages.
yes.
I think that would be awesome.
Yes, it is awesome. I've had a family reach out to me concerning my son, and they've chosen to sponsor him on a monthly basis that way. So I just want someone else to be able to receive it, the same way I did. And there's another young man that I do sponsor myself. I send him packages as well. And he's not my child. He's just someone that I know and I love and care about. So I make sure that he's okay.
So if a person wanted to sponsor,
Hmm.
would $25 be a viable option per month, or do they need to do more than that? Or could people join together in like a friend group, say, I'm gonna give 25, you give 25, as a group of ladies to help someone who's incarcerated?
Yes. If
Okay.
each person gave 25, the package that I often like sending to individuals, it's about $68, and
Okay.
that lasts them about 3 weeks.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
it
good
lasts
to
them three
know.
weeks. Yes, it lasts them 3 weeks, and a lot of people just don't know. And then it's kind of taboo. People don't like to say, oh, how can I help? And some people they're not comfortable with the conversation to begin with.
Right.
So breaking the ice and just coming up with a way that maybe us three on this call, right, on this radio show right now, could create something together.
Right.
And
I'm definitely wanting to do
yeah.
that because I know that I can just get together with a group of my friends and we can say, look, we're going to adopt a person, and
Hmm.
Right.
then maybe we could adopt more than one. It's
Yes,
about consistency because I
it is.
definitely wouldn't want anyone to, get it one month and then not get it the next month. I don't want that's even
Yes,
more stress.
it is. It
I
is.
would want to start something that would
Mhm.
be consistent so
Right,
that they would know no matter what, at least I'm getting this,
right,
if I don't
right.
get anything else. So
Hmm.
there was another thing I wanted to ask you.
Hmm.
I want to know, as far as this pandemic and the
Hmm.
situation with the injustice with police and how we have been protesting and speaking out as people, do
Hmm.
you feel like any of this is going to make a difference in the justice system and how we treat those that are incarcerated? Not us, but how our justice system treats them. Do you see any changes coming?
Not right away. I don't, because I know that it's still happening.
Right.
Hmm.
In speaking to the individuals who it's happening to, I know it's still happening. And it's as long as it's hidden, they're going to continue to do it. And
Yeah.
all that we can do, I would say, is pray.
Yeah.
Pray and just believe and trust God, because the word tells us that the wicked shall cease from troubling.
Mm,
They're going to be forced to cease from troubling, whether they want to do it or not. It's
yeah.
coming around, and we've seen so much. So even the different companies that have allowed changes within their policies and all for their workers, the employees wearing different attire, that represents what happened with the different individuals that have been recently shot and killed and different things as such. So I think slowly, but it's almost like a slap in the face for me, because although I see what's happening on the outside, I know what's still happening in the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that
And
that's the difficult part.
right. Sharice, you can jump in at any time you have a question. You can jump in because I got a million questions. So I'm just gonna keep
You know
going.
what? I say I was happy to see how they are trying to take ownership, and
Hmm.
some of these police departments are actually trying to make a change. But my thought process is, until some of these crooked cops or friends
Hmm.
of the crooked cops come
Yes.
forward and say that, hey,
Hmm.
X, Y, and Z over here, you might want to check some of their records, especially when they have a long file case of
Hmm.
complaints about
Yes.
being uh, quote unquote things happening or
Mhm.
whatever. Until people start really ratting out these dirty cops, we can do a whole lot and march and say stuff and try to put things in place. But until
Mhm.
these cops themselves quit with
Yes.
this brotherhood of I'm not gonna tell
Exactly.
nobody,
Exactly.
Yeah.
it's gonna remain even with the justice system, with the prisons,
Mhm.
with the guards. Some of
Yeah.
them are just as crooked,
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I just think about it, and I'll just be
Mhm.
wondering, like, I mean, is things really gonna change? You want it to change, you want it to change,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I think what you're doing is absolutely amazing. I don't have kids, but
Mhm.
um, uh, you never think about the kids. You
Right.
know, they don't
Right.
think about the kids when they're doing these
Yes.
crimes. They don't think
Right.
about the kids when things happen.
Yes.
So I
Mhm.
think what you're doing is so amazing. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, what could I do? Where do you start?
Mhm.
The whole nine.
Right.
So I
Right.
mean, and again, everything starts with a conversation.
It
Right.
does. Yes, it
So
does.
I
Yeah.
would love to put my head with Lisa and try to come up with something because I know with me being self-employed and I'm a hairstylist,
Okay.
and where I actually work is on the premises of a senior facility. So
Okay.
we have yet to still go back to work. They're saying August, and we've been off since
Mhm.
February.
Oh
Oh,
wow. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So I want to be able to commit, but until I kind of know
I understand.
what's going on, I
Yes.
just told a
Right.
friend of mine. She was like,
Mhm.
"We need to go on a trip." I said, "Girl, I can't go nowhere until I find out what the economy is going to do."
Right.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
so it's just crazy. But we got to think about the babies.
Yes.
That's so
There's
important.
suffering. There's the babies are suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask about that because I've often wondered why we don't have more programs for family members and even those that are waiting when a person is released from being incarcerated, when they
Mhm.
go back into their family unit or when
Mhm.
they go back onto the dating scene. It's a lot to deal with when
It is.
someone has been incarcerated,
Yes.
especially
Yes.
more than 5 years or so. It
Yes.
is a lot to unpack.
Yes. It is.
So, what what advice? And I know this is you don't have enough time to give all the advice, but what
Mhm.
could you tell someone who wants to welcome someone back into their family unit, or even a woman who wanted to date someone who's been incarcerated? What are the important things that they must know to help them transition back into, regular life?
Making them feel wanted,
Okay.
accepting them for who they are, forgiving them for what they've done, and choosing to move forward and listening to them when they, because it's cliche for someone to say, I've gone to jail or to prison and now I found God. No, God found you, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So it's cliche for them to say. So a lot of people are on guards already for someone who's come out of prison or jail,
Yeah.
and they're saying that they're positive, they're wanting to do this, they're wanting to get a job, get a trade, whatever it is. So just if the person that you're dealing with, if they're true to what they're saying, and you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that they are, I would say yes, support them. But if they are not about their business,
Right.
and not about truly saying and doing what they're saying they're going to do, and be on the straight and narrow. And if they have children, taking care of those children, taking care of their responsibilities, then I would say no. If they're not doing any of those things, no. I would let them, because there's programs that are offered to them as they're coming out,
Mm-hmm.
so that they can, gain employment, gain a trade. So just allowing them to gently, especially if they've been in for a long time, to gently re-enter the society. They have a lot of questions. They're excited about things. This simple little android here, they're like, whoa. You
Yes.
know, it does
Seatbelt.
so much, huh?
Yeah, like the automatic seat belts,
Yes,
all kind of
yes,
stuff.
yes.
I had
Technology
an ex,
about every quarter it changes.
yeah, I had
Exactly,
an ex
exactly.
that had been incarcerated for a long time. I'm not gonna
Hmm.
say how many years, but a
Right.
long time.
Yes.
And the mistake I made was thinking it was the same person that was coming out that went in. It was not.
It's not.
It was not the
No.
same person. But
Yeah.
if I had to think about the fact I'm not the same person either. I
Right.
wasn't the same.
Right.
So I think that if I was to encourage anybody, I really just want us, especially as Black women, to learn that, people change,
Mm-hmm.
people grow
Mm-hmm.
apart, and people
Yes.
can grow together.
Right.
And also, when it comes to people being incarcerated, I say this
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not incarcerated, never been incarcerated, because I ain't get
Mm-hmm.
caught. I did some things.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Right.
I did some things
Mm-hmm.
myself where,
Mm-hmm.
thank you, Lord, I did
Right.
not have to go through that. But
Mm-hmm.
I wish that we all would just look at the situation. Nobody's perfect, and
No, it's
realize
perfect. Yeah.
that we all could be, in those shoes.
Yes.
We all
Yes.
could be,
Yes.
especially when you're dealing with trying to survive and you're dealing
Exactly.
with trying to make your living
Mhm.
and trying to,
Yes.
just trying to live.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to switch gears a little bit because I want
Mm-hmm.
to talk about the event you have that I saw the flyer for on Facebook
Okay.
that just made me so excited. Can
Yes.
you tell us a little bit more about that?
Okay. The event is called Youth Anxiety Workshop, and we'll be going over what is anxiety, the symptoms of anxiety, how to cope with anxiety. I'll even have some affirmations that the young children, as well as the parents, can say out loud, and I'll have some exercises that I'll do with them during the workshop. Just to get everyone involved, and I'll offer what I call is a peace regimen. So if
Mm,
we learn how to calm ourselves in the instance of anxiety occurring, then the first thing I do, when I haven't suffered anxiety as bad now as I used to in the past. So I've learned how to do meditation, the affirmations, and learning those techniques. And it's key that we learn how to breathe. So a lot of times we are shallow breathers.
mm,
And shallow breathers, when I mean shallow breathers, the way that we'll know the difference is if we're a shallow breather or not. Watch a newborn baby breathe.
mm-hmm.
You know, a newborn baby breathes from way deep within, and we don't breathe that way because we're in constant. This happens, that happens, that happens. And if you notice, say for instance, if someone comes up behind you and just being a prankster and scares you, you go.
Right.
You don't start breathing again until you make sure it's okay.
Mm,
You
That's a
know?
good. Right.
So the next time it happens, and the same thing with different tribulations and things that go on in our lives. The minute things happen, we get that phone call, and then we're stuck, and our cells don't get to the proper oxygen they need. Our bloodstream, our heart, and everything is impacted behind that.
Wow.
And we
yeah.
stay in that sometimes our whole entire lives
Yes.
breathing that way. So when we learn how to breathe, then we learn how to relax. And when that anxiety attack comes, just take a quick, just make a conscious effort to combat that anxiety, and knowing that each of us has the power to do it.
Well, Lisa, that is very interesting that you say that because I realized years ago when
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a smoker. Lord knows I got asthma. I don't know why I tried to smoke, but I realized years
Uh-huh.
ago, that it was the deep breaths I was taking. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't the cigarettes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was the inhaling and blowing it out,
Yes.
sucking and I realized
Yes.
that's all I really needed
Uh-huh.
was I needed to breathe deeply.
Yes. Yes.
So I have really been doing that. But then
Mm-hmm.
even sometimes I forget too.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to talk to you a little bit about like how do we as parents recognize symptoms of anxiety in children?
The symptoms sometimes the children are, say for instance, if they're wanting, the other children are wanting to go to athletic function and they're withdrawing, they don't want to go. They sleep a lot. They just withdraw.
Mm,
If a conversation is happening with some other children around them that they normally are in conversation with, they're silent.
Mm.
Wow.
They pull away, and it's a subtle, silent pull away. But if you know your child, you know it's happening.
Right.
And during so much going on around us right now, when that child is pulling back and not being active in life like they used to be, we just kind of don't pay any mind to it, don't pay it any attention because we're so busy with our lives.
Yeah.
And that
Wow.
child is silently suffering,
Wow.
asking for help. Some of them may cry a lot. Like, even I would say children that have like little tantrums. It's my opinion that they're having an anxiety attack.
Oh, okay.
It's something about that situation that they're afraid of, that they don't have, they feel like they're out of control with, which causes them to cry. And that's the only outlet that they know of, is to cry.
Right.
For
Okay.
a young baby, like maybe a toddler or so. But we just have to pay attention to the different changes that our children are going through, the different cycles as teens. If are they like when they get on Facebook? That's anxiety, because they want to impress their peers. They want to have the latest shoes. They want to have the girlfriends, and they're just wanting to impress their peers so bad that if they're not successful, then they draw back, and it
Mhm.
causes anxiety because they have no control of what they now want to do. And it seems like a big mountain to them, when it's just a simple conversation with a parent, helping them to understand their emotions and
Yeah.
why they're feeling the way they're feeling. So then we can move forward, and that parent can shelter them in the area of, okay, let's do meditation. Let's start
Mhm.
a meditation. You can easily get on your phone and download an app for meditation. There's plenty of them out there, and
Right.
they're free. you
Mhm.
know. So we, as African American people, we have to learn how to slow down,
Yes.
pay attention emotionally, and not just say, "Oh, that's just them."
Right.
No,
Right.
because everything we do is learned behavior. We
Yeah.
weren't we weren't born with anxiety.
Right.
We didn't come here with anxiety, with the different things that we go through in life. And a lot of times when the parents are going through, they don't realize or even understand that what they're feeling. Say if there's a financial pressure going on in the home, the child wants a certain toy or something. That's anxiety for that child, because in their mind, they're like, why can't I have it?
Right.
My friend has it. And
Right.
when I go around my friends, and they're playing with all their little toys that their parents were able to buy them, I feel left out.
Wow.
Yes.
I have
Wow.
anxiety because I can't have what the other children have, and in their mind, they should be able to have it. And two, that leads into low self-esteem. So they're now feeling, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. My parents, for whatever reason, they tell themselves, my parents don't want me to have these things. It's not that your
Yeah.
parents don't want you to have them. Your
Right.
parents just can't, afford it at the moment.
Yes. Well, I
So,
know that I have started meditation with my youngest because I did notice some symptoms of anxiety,
hmm
and it really helps him. And he even will come and ask me, "Do I need to meditate?" when he
that's
noticed my
great.
symptoms.
Yes.
Like, Mom,
I
do you
love
need
it.
some time?
Yes.
But
Yes.
speaking to the financial, and I just give this advice to people.
hmm
I knew, and I was having financial difficulties last year, and I knew that it was affecting my children.
hmm
So, because they used to saying they want something and getting it.
Right.
So I sat them down and I showed them my budget. I showed them
hmm
coming in and going out.
Great. Great.
And they said, "How do you do it? You don't have
hmm
enough." I said, "That's
Uh-huh.
the point."
Yes.
That's what I'm telling you.
Right.
I do it very carefully. It is a
Yes.
skill, and it's something that
hmm
I've developed over time. And I
Right.
find that that made them really respect me as a parent,
hmm
but
hmm
also made them think twice about asking for certain things. They're like,
Yes.
you're already juggling a lot.
Yes.
So
Oh
I would
yeah.
encourage parents to just be honest with your kids
Be
about your
honest.
finances. When they get to the point where they can add and subtract, show them the numbers.
Yes.
Show them what you got
Yes.
coming in and what you got going
Exactly.
out.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And
My
that
sister
relieves a lot of
does
anxiety and
that.
stress right there because they already have an expectation,
Right.
okay, there's limits here, and maybe later on, my parents are able to, do whatever they need to do and it turns out for their best.
Yeah.
But they understand. That's great that you're doing that with your children. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I've always felt like children, and this is the thing that caught my eye about your flyer and the
Hmm.
post that you did with the flyer. I
Hmm.
believe it says something like children develop mental health issues as early as 15. Now, when
Yes.
I saw that,
Actually 14.
14.
14.
When I saw that, it resonated with me because I know that I started developing mental health issues as a young child,
Hmm.
probably well before 14, mainly because I could not process some of the things that was going on around me.
Right.
And
Right.
I did not have anybody to assist me in processing
Hmm.
that. So
Hmm.
that's why I just feel like what you're doing is so good. And I
Hmm.
try to really talk to my kids as much as possible.
Yes.
But I would really love for you to tell people how they can be a part of this. And I want to let people know it's free, even though it is so worth being
Yes.
charged for.
Yes.
It is worth a charge. But she is doing a favor for her community, for us. It is free.
Yes.
So if you can
Yes.
tell people how they can be a part of it, and how they and the date, time, and all that, so we can remind
Okay.
people.
All righty. It's June 27th, Saturday, June 27th. It's going to be from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we have, it's all online. So those just pay attention that, the time zone, it is Central Standard Time. And you can go to Eventbrite and look up the Youth Anxiety Workshop, and it'll pop right up for you. And just register and join us.
So everything is online.
It's online. It's going to be through a Zoom. So the link will go out um, probably like a few minutes before to everyone that's registered, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Do you have other psychiatrists that are you working with, or are you looking
No,
to work with any?
I'm not a I'm not a psychiatrist. I am a life coach.
Life coach.
Yes, I'm a life coach, and I would love to partner with a psychiatrist because there's some things that even children that I may not be able to help,
Yeah.
that they would need that professional person. Maybe they need medication. I'm not able to do that. So being partnered with a psychologist, psychiatrist, that would help.
I'm gonna give you Shadar McCant's information. She's
Okay.
an amazing psychiatrist, and she
Hmm.
deals with anxiety and
Okay.
uh, stress and
Hmm.
uh,
Great.
people, kids,
Yes.
adults, whatever. Because
Hmm.
she's just amazing, and I
Great.
think she would definitely fit right
Yeah.
into what you're doing.
Oh, yes. I could
Yeah, because I
definitely
know
use
even
her
since the
assistance.
pandemic, she's come
Yes.
on live and was like, let's talk about your anxiety. Let's talk
Right.
about, the things that
Right.
you're feeling because some people
Yes.
are like crawling up walls, and I'm like, no,
Yeah. See, you're one of those who has the peace of God in your life.
hey, and if I showed you my living room, like I'm literally taking down my dining room table and put
Uh-huh.
up a whole workstation. Like my house has become an art gallery. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna hook you up with her because she's an
Okay.
amazing lady and she speaks well, and I'm
Mhm.
sure you guys
Thank
can
you.
probably partner
Right.
on several pieces of things
Yes.
to do.
I appreciate that. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we definitely, I think that partnership is the key to a
Yes.
lot of things in our community because for whatever reason we have adopted this American way of doing things as individuals, and that's fine. But we are
Yes.
collective people. We are people that come from a history
Yes.
of collective work, working
Collective.
together.
Yes.
And when
Yes.
we get this American idea that everybody's an
Mhm.
individual, and we are,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
we're better together.
Yes, we
And
are.
so
Yes.
I just want to encourage anybody,
Mhm.
if you are watching, you're going to watch on the rebroadcast, if you're listening, reach out. We are definitely going to put all the information on our pages so that you can reach out to her because this is something extremely worthwhile.
Right.
Because I think
Yes.
it's nothing worse than being a parent and not able to help your child.
Yes.
And to
Mhm.
be able to get this information free of charge
Mhm.
is so priceless. And that's what the reason why I wanted to have you on the show, to
Mm-hmm.
encourage people. I've already registered for the event with me and
Okay.
my
Thank
youngest
you.
son, and I
Thank
think it's
you.
going to really help him because he loves meditating, and he loves
Nice.
to
Nice.
talk about his feelings. He loves
Yes.
to be expressive. So I want to encourage
Wonderful.
that and get all the tools that
Yes.
I can. And I think it's good for parents to show their children that your mental health is just as important to me as your physical health
Yes.
Right.
and your spiritual health.
Exactly. Exactly.
And so
Yes.
I that's the reason
Yes.
why I'm just hoping, and I'm going to keep, sharing the post, because I hope that as many people take advantage of this as possible. It is free.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
And I just need everybody to know it's so worthwhile. I would have paid
Mhm.
to go to do it. So I want you to know I appreciate you for having it for free, because
You're welcome.
it's
Thank you.
going to help a lot of people.
Oh
But we
yes.
have to take advantage of it, guys. We cannot. Sometimes people see a free event and they, oh, I could do it anytime. No, because next time you might have
Mhm.
to pay. So look,
Right.
take advantage of this,
Yes.
because she is worth the time. This her time is money, just like anybody else. So let's
Yes.
support. Let's take advantage of
Thank
this.
you. Thank
Is
you.
there anything else you want to tell us about yourself or your organization? Any final words that you want to leave with us?
Um, my final words would be affirmations. I love affirmations. And affirmations have been a tremendous help in my life. And it goes back to affirmations are speaking those things which be not as though they were.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an affirmation within itself. And so when I create affirmations for children and for my other clients, it's geared towards speaking those things in their life that God says, who God says they are.
Yes.
Not what the world says they are, not what mama may even say who you are, not your best friend may even say who you are, but who does God say that you are? To
Yes.
put the I am in front of that, and I am loved, is one of the most powerful, powerful affirmations any person can say to themselves. And when you say it in the mirror out
Yes.
loud, oh, you come away from that mirror with some attitude.
Okay. Yes.
Correct. Correct.
See, I knew we were soul sisters, because
Yes,
that's what I
Lisa
do.
Renee,
I knew we were
man.
soul sisters, because I'm telling you, I tell people all the time, if you've never stand in front of the mirror, butt naked, don't be ashamed,
Right.
and talk to yourself.
Talk to
I do it all
yourself.
the time. And
Yep.
I pat my big old thighs and I say,
Mhm.
girl, that's all right. You cute. You
There
still
you
look
are.
good.
There you
And
go.
I have to embrace everything and
Yes.
tell myself, I love you. You are
Yes.
great. You are
Yes.
worthy,
Mm-hmm.
and you are
Hmm.
enough. And
Yes.
I love you just the way you are.
That's right.
Even though I'm gonna try and lose 10% of you.
But I still love you.
Yes. So I just want to thank you so much. I want to remind everybody else that we are talking to Lisa Renee. She is an award-winning life coach, and I wrote down the name of your organization, but can you say it for us one more time? Because I
It's
think I have two names: Emotionally
okay.
Driven
It's,
LLC.
it's Freedom to Be You LLC.
Okay.
Yes.
Freedom to Be You LLC.
LLC. Yes.
And then we are going to post your link to your website so that people can get on.
Okay.
Now, I want to conclude this interview because we are going
Hmm.
to do some more and discussing some stuff that's going on. You are welcome to stay with us,
Okay.
but I don't want to take your time if you have to go.
All
But
right.
if you have time and you want to stay with us,
Hmm.
we're going to keep it going for at least another
Okay.
20 minutes.
Okay. All right. Thank
So
you so
again,
much for having me. I appreciate your support so much.
no,
Yes.
it is my
Yes.
pleasure.
God
Thank
bless.
you. I am looking forward to
Yes.
the event and
Yes.
looking forward to helping in any way I can with your
Yes.
organization. And we're going to see how we can
Mhm.
adopt some people and do some of these packages
Yes.
so
Definitely.
that our incarcerated siblings know that we care.
Yes.
Although we are not
Yes.
in the midst of them and we may not even
Mhm.
know them, they are
Right.
still our brothers and sisters.
Yes, they are.
And we have to, because
Mhm.
I don't think you should have to trade places with people to understand their struggle.
No,
Absolutely.
no, no. You
We
shouldn't
just
have
have
to.
to use the
No.
compassion and the empathy that God has given
Yes.
us
Yes.
to feel it and
That's
know that
that's
that's my
key.
brother, that's my
Yes.
sister. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do what I can. And I want
Exactly.
to encourage anybody, even if you have $1, I am not above going to 68 people to get this $68
Right. Right.
a month,
But that part.
Yeah.
so we can send these packages to our incarcerated people, because
Yes.
it's nothing worse than feeling like you've been thrown away.
Yes.
And we don't want them to
Yes.
feel that way. So
Yes.
thank you so much again. I
Okay.
just
You're
want to
welcome.
switch gears a little bit
Okay.
and I talk, because this is the reason why I wanted to bring the show to Stunner Radio as being a talk radio station, because I believe in their motto, we need to talk.
Yes.
As Black people, we need to talk.
Yes, we do.
So I wanted to talk a little about that, and you guys will just jump in with the discussion, because I just was thinking, and my thoughts for 2020 was, I don't know if you guys remember, or if you have any friends in your timeline that was doing all these prophecies and these
Mhm.
predictions that 2020
Mhm.
is going to be the best year ever, and
Mhm.
it was going to be great. But I have found that 2020 has been a year for clearer vision,
Yes, it has.
because I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing things way clearer when it
Oh,
comes to life, family
Mhm.
relationships,
Mhm.
friendships. What
Yes.
can y'all say about that, as far as what in 2020 has taught you that you see more about yourself or see differently about yourself and others?
For me in 2020, it has allowed me to see me clearer, what God has for me more clear, and his vision he has for me more clear. Because when I took the time during this pandemic and just spent more time with him,
hmm
Mm-hmm.
not just, a lot of times we're saying, we need to pray. Yes, we need to pray, but we also need to stay around and let God speak to us after we pray.
Ooh, that's good.
You know? So if we're just praying, 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 making all these requests, he doesn't have time to give us, any instructions, for the day, for the week, for the month, for, even if it's to pray for one of your sisters and brothers.
Yeah.
So for me, it's drawn me into his presence so that now I crave it. And when I don't get it, it just throws me off kilter, because there's so much peace and joy and clarity in his presence. And I come out of it, I've got notebooks just scribbling down as fast as he can say it to me, with ideas for business, ideas for the incarcerated loved ones, and it's just the ideas. I just get the downloads. They just come, and I say, okay, Lord, I know you
Yes.
know, I know you know you need to slow down.
Yes.
Because that's how fast they're coming. And I just thank him and I praise him for finding me worthy to use me to help his people.
right.
Right.
That's my heart, to help his people and see our people do well in life and see them emotionally strengthened, that
Yes.
we can go on and in life and say that life is good, and truly let that be a true statement for us.
Right.
Life is good.
Yes.
So that's what it's done for me.
Yeah. And then again, like I said, I think it has just birthed a lot of people with ideas, because the more that the world is evolving, the more
Hmm.
people got to see that even after this pandemic, some people are still not going to have a job.
True.
But you
Right.
have to be creative and figure out a way that whatever your passion is, that you can
Hmm.
make that into a dollar sign
Yes.
and be able to make money off of it,
Hmm.
because they are eliminating jobs, just like
Hmm.
this coronavirus dropping people dead.
Yes.
They're
Right.
eliminating jobs, because I was watching something where they had in several Amazon uh, factories where they
Hmm.
have the 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 robots packing up
Yes.
all the stuff. They
Yes.
got the robots
Hmm.
cleaning the floors and stuff. I was in
Hmm.
a Walmart grocery store and seen a big old machine mopping and drying the floor by
Oh,
itself.
oh
Yeah, I
wow.
saw that
A
too.
big old machine
Wow.
by itself. So best believe
Wow.
that has knocked out somebody's job.
Yes.
Yes.
A person.
Yes.
You know, when
Hmm.
you go into what's that store called? Joe V's. You
Hmm.
don't give the cashier your money. It goes right into a slot machine. I mean, a little machine.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay,
Right.
here's the money. She was like, no, put it in that machine. I had never been in Joe B's until about a week
Yeah.
ago. So I was
Okay.
like, okay,
That's
eliminating
new.
jobs.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They're
Yes.
going to have
Oh,
more of
yes.
these self. They said they're going to test at a Walmart. I forgot where, which state, where they're testing all except about 5 registers will be
Mm-hmm.
self service.
Wow.
Wow.
So they're eliminating jobs.
Mm.
So if this has done nothing else but to give you a means to figure out a direction as to where you need to be and where you need to go to be able to
Yes.
make yourself secure in what you need to do,
Right.
that's what you need to do is go for it. Because
Yes.
uh, I originally, when I first moved here, I wanted to work with women veterans with
Mm-hmm.
children because I
Mm-hmm.
know they have
Wow.
PSTD. A
Yes.
lot of times they're homeless. And
Mm-hmm.
when I was doing the stats, Texas was like the #2 state with the highest amount of homeless women veterans with kids.
Oh, wow.
Why? Because a lot of places will take the veterans but won't take the children. So
Mm.
I had thought
Wow.
about that, and I was thinking, we need to be able to make a way where they can figure out a job that they could do and be self-employed and still be able to have their children.
Right.
Yes.
Well, the
Yes.
same thing is happening now, and it's
Mhm,
with some of
mhm.
everybody because of the pandemic. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
uh,
Hmm.
a lot of these stores are closing up. Macy's, what
Yes.
did they say? Um,
Pier one.
Pier One, but some of the bigger ones, Saks Fifth Avenue,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
all of these stores are filing
Yeah.
bankruptcy, and these people are not
Yes.
coming back to a job.
No, they're
So
not.
my advice to everybody is to rethink what you're doing
Mm-hmm.
and figure out a way because I used to sit and I thought about when I used to drive down the street and you see
Mm-hmm.
construction workers,
Mm-hmm.
not being racist, but the majority of the time the construction workers was what color?
They
Hispanic.
weren't black.
Of the salt of
Yeah.
nation.
Yeah.
Now they're not even white. They're Hispanic.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
You lucky if you see one or two blacks, but they're
Right.
Hispanic.
Mm-hmm.
These Hispanics have come from out the house, baby. They're doing more than grass cutting. And
Yes.
they're sitting at the tables of board.
Mm-hmm.
And they're creating their own job
Yes, they are.
to be able to do what it
Yes.
is they need to do to get their people and get fed
Mm-hmm.
and take care of their families. So I
Right.
think as a people, we have to be more smart about the things that we do. Don't just sit at home and be like, I'm bored. I don't have nothing to do. Think
Mm-hmm.
about what can you do if this happens again.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
Not to be caught with your pants down,
Yeah.
but to say that
Yes.
I'm okay. Because when
Right.
people were running to the stores buying up all the toilet paper and the bleach and the
Mm-hmm.
paper towels, I
Mm-hmm.
said, I don't know how y'all was raised. Because look, I know in our
Mm-hmm.
black families, we
Mm-hmm.
was taught to put a little cap full of bleach in the dishwasher, in
Thank
the
you.
dishwater.
So we had
We
it
was
on hand.
taught, okay, we was taught that we got 3, 4 bottles of bleach in the house, but you
Right.
got one or two in each bathroom.
Right.
You
Yes.
know what I'm
True.
saying? We was
Yes.
taught, girl. Well, one thing
Yeah.
we ain't finna run out of is some booty wipe.
Right.
So I was like, I don't know why they running out of toilet paper because I mean y'all ain't buying the food. What did you writing all this toilet paper for?
Right.
And here it is 3 months later, you still can't find disinfectant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, come on now.
Yeah.
So it is taught us that some of y'all was nasty from the very beginning, and maybe y'all had some better hygiene about yourself.
Poor planning. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I was, and when I would talk to some of my friends, they'd be like, "Girl, I got toilet paper and paper towels. I ain't tripping." I'm like, "Me either." And through this whole thing, I have just been at peace.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
amongst all of the storm of things, I've
Mm-hmm.
just been at peace because I know
Right.
that what I do is not replaceable.
Yes.
Right.
It's
Mm-hmm.
not
There you go.
replaceable. I'm a
Amen.
hairstylist. I have a
Mm-hmm.
boutique. Right now, I'm a part general contractor in one of my clients' houses. She bought a house and was having it gutted during this pandemic. So I've been
Mm-hmm.
over there doing things. I'm doing painting. So I wear
Mm-hmm.
plenty of hats that if one is not working, guess what?
You
I
have
can
another.
always pick up another.
Yes.
And
I was
that's
cooking and
definitely
There you
catering.
go.
I had a catering job last week, so
Mm-hmm.
my friend said, "You don't have time for me, not for free."
Mm-hmm. Right.
I
Right.
said because I got too
Mm-hmm.
many things that can offer me money, and if
Yes.
you feel that my time is valuable, then
Mm-hmm.
act like it.
Mm-hmm.
right. Come on
You can
now.
do this.
There
Now,
you
if
go.
you were charging people, they
Mm-hmm.
would be complaining. But because it's free, the whole
Mm-hmm.
thing is you may still only get about 20 people
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
because they don't see the
Mm-hmm.
value in it. But if they had to pay, and then once they paid, and then
Mm-hmm.
somebody had it for free, then they'd be like, "Oh, girl, you need to go," and they would tell everybody.
Yes. Right.
So
Right.
one thing, look, Tiffany
Mm-hmm.
Hicks, she's
Mm-hmm.
taught me, you have to know your value, you have to know your worth,
Have to.
but
Yes.
you give them something so they can at least know and say,
Mm-hmm.
well, you can't say, I ain't know nobody. No, we put it out there.
Right.
We
Right.
put it out
Right.
there.
Yes.
It's for
Right.
you
Exactly.
take the horse to the water, but you can't make them
Amen.
drink.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I
Yes.
Yes.
appreciate you just bringing the knowledge and the information. And I
Yes.
hope that people who have family members that are incarcerated,
Mm-hmm.
or even the kids that may see this video, if they
Yes.
have a family member that's incarcerated, just watch it and get some of the information because
Yes.
it's good information that
Mm-hmm.
had I not been on here, I wouldn't have known.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm just thankful that you
Yes.
were here to be able to share everything with us.
Thank
Yes.
you. It's a blessing. Thank
I
you.
want to give a shout out to some of our viewers. Hey, Brandon. Hey, Jeriel. That's my cousin. And he was just watching the show and viewing and saying that there are robots right now performing inventory at Walmart. And I know that's true.
Oh, wow.
And
Sam too.
yeah,
Sam
Wow.
too.
yeah, yeah. So I wanted to piggyback off what you said because I think that that's another thing I've been thinking about lately as far
Mm-hmm.
as Black people, this enlightening moment that the whole world is having, like all of a sudden
Mm-hmm.
Black people are valid.
Right.
All of a
Yeah.
sudden
Right.
Juneteenth is a holiday.
Mm.
Right.
And we might
Wow.
even get lucky and have Kwanzaa this year, y'all.
Okay.
I've been trying to do Kwanzaa, but nobody was with it. So maybe this year people gonna get on board and do Kwanzaa.
Lord. Yes.
But what I've been thinking about is how we as Black people got to stay focused on who we are because it's something that
Mm-hmm.
Shareece said about Latinos and Hispanic people. They are, I say this all the time, they're the new Black
Mm-hmm.
people because that's how we used to be.
Mm-hmm.
We used to live together until we didn't have to no more.
Yes.
We used to work together. We used
Right.
to start businesses left and right,
Mm-hmm.
sell anything, fix
Mm-hmm.
anything, cook
Mm-hmm.
anything,
Yeah.
and sell all three of those services.
Yes.
Okay. We can sell your stuff for you. We can cook food and sell that. And,
Yes.
clean. We can
Mm-hmm.
fix anything.
Yeah.
But I think that we have to stay focused and not allow this
Mm-hmm.
spirit of America, I always say it's a spirit, to
Mm-hmm.
overtake us and have us feeling like, we too good to do this, and I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
do that. We
Mm-hmm.
used to do whatever it took, and
Yes.
we were a community of collective people. Till
Mm-hmm.
now, you get to the point where if a person like my son is 20, will just turn
Mm-hmm.
21. Happy birthday to my son. But
Mm-hmm.
people used to say all the time, when he 18, kick him out. And I used to wonder why.
Yeah, I know. Really?
Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why if he
Why?
not ain't ready to go?
Right.
If he can help pay bills and if he and I can
Mm-hmm.
help him, why do
Mm-hmm.
we do that?
Yeah.
It didn't used to be
Yes.
that way. We used to stay
No.
together. It used to be multiple generations in one house.
Yes. You're
And
right.
that's what they do now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we have gotten to the point where, again, I say we bought into this Americanized idea that we're just all individuals.
Mm-hmm.
And we are, but our power is in our collective nature. If you
Yes.
think about most of our men and women that have been
Mm-hmm.
killed by police or even strangers like Ahmaud Arbery, they
Mm-hmm.
were alone. Now,
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, we didn't used to be that comfortable being alone like that.
Right.
We
Right.
got comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
We used to travel in packs, travel
Mm-hmm.
together, let
Mm-hmm.
people know where
Right.
you at, you know.
Yes.
But
Right.
we have gotten away from who we
Mm-hmm.
are.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's what 2020 has shown me. It is showing
Yes.
me, even about myself,
Mm-hmm.
don't try to be like anybody else. Be you.
Be
Be
you.
who
Right.
you are.
Yes.
Because, like
There you
Shareece
go.
said, a lot of solitude will have you thinking about a lot of things.
Yes.
I just was thinking about, I have always worked with my hands, and I've
Mm-hmm.
always made stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I was never ashamed to sell anything. If I needed something, I would make some and go see if somebody want to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's cookies, cakes,
Right.
pies,
Yes.
whatever.
Right.
And so I feel like even in that, I have had to learn how to stay focused and
Yes.
understand that who I am is necessary for the world. That's why I'm here. So
Exactly.
when we get off track for that, that's when the world goes sideways, like it is.
You're
So
right.
we have to stay focused. I wanted to also talk about you guys about mindset, especially since we still have Lisa here. You know, during this pandemic, I've been thinking about the fact that even with stimulus packages,
Mm-hmm.
even if we get reparations, like some people want to get, hey, I'm down for it too.
Yeah.
Some of us will still end up in poverty because poverty is a mindset.
It is.
So I wanted you guys to
Absolutely.
talk about that a little bit to help people enlighten themselves about living in a poverty mindset.
Hmm. I would say that to combat that negative mindset is practice personal development.
Mm,
If you're not reading to see a different way of doing life, to see how other people are doing life, and you just stay where you are, that's just going to be your lot in life. You're just going to stay where you are. We have
yeah,
to go outside the walls. We have to go outside the boundaries. We have to allow ourselves to be mentored, to let someone speak into our life that is worthy of speaking into our life,
yes,
and just knowing that they have our best interests at heart and are going to teach us a better way of how to do something. And we don't want to be the smartest person in the room because we can't learn anything from anyone if we are.
right.
So having friendships with people that are where we are striving to be,
Oh,
you
that's
know,
good.
just allowing ourselves and just come out of being to ourselves, even if we may enjoy that, solitude and all, but there's so much camaraderie and so much strength that can be built in us coming together and sharing a book, creating a
Yeah,
book club of a book that neither of us has ever heard of. What is that book about?
right.
Taking the time to crack that book open and we read a chapter or whatever a day, then we come together and we discuss it. We're building our vocabulary and we're also building, changing our mindset. So if we
Right.
could take on more of those initiatives with our people and stop saying if you want to hide a secret, put it in a book for Black folks,
Mm,
we have to stop it. We have to stop it,
absolutely.
and reading the Bible is fine. We learn a lot from it. But then there's other things that God has allowed others to create to help us to read, because I say a person who has written a book, they've taken their precious time to do that research. So if that book is $25, $30, I don't frown at it. I see it as a blessing. They've done the research for me. All I have to do is go purchase that book now and learn how to do something that they've already done. And now they're willing to teach me through their book.
Yes.
And not only that, but to piggyback off what you're saying, some people say, "Well, I don't read that well." They got books on tape or CD,
Yes.
Yes.
Audible.
audio. So
Yeah.
there's no excuse. Like I'm like Lisa, I work with my hands.
Mm-hmm.
I sew, I paint, I
Yes.
hair. Everything I do, I'm with my hands. I tell people,
Right.
call me because I don't
Mm-hmm.
always think to pick my phone up for a text.
Right.
Or I might text you and sit that phone down. If I
Mm-hmm.
start painting or I'm cooking
Yes.
or I'm cleaning, I forget all
Yes.
about that phone.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yes.
but if a lot of times when I'm painting and stuff, I do it late at night
Mm-hmm.
when it's quiet, 12, 1, 2 in the morning. That's when I'm
Right.
most creative.
Mm-hmm.
But I put a book on tape, or audio
Yes.
book on my
Right.
or go on YouTube or something, and
Exactly.
listen. So when people have been asking me, well, what have you been doing during the pandemic? I said, girl, I've been at
Mm-hmm.
the University of YouTube.
Uh-huh.
All
Right.
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 Getting,
Yeah.
girl, getting all kind of knowledge, for things
Yes.
that I can make money with it. Because
Mm-hmm.
the way that this economy is going, we
Mm-hmm.
don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
Exactly.
So I tell
Yes.
people there's no excuse for what you can't
Mhm.
do because
That's right.
everything is at your fingertips
Mm-hmm.
on
Yes.
the phone. You can ask
Right
Siri,
here.
you can ask Google,
Yes.
anything, and they're gonna
Yes.
come up with an answer for you.
Right. Right.
I've
It's
not yet asked a question that they said, I don't know.
right.
Right.
But
You know
that
what
is
I'm
a
saying?
good,
So
right. That's
Yes.
a good point. That's kind of what I was getting around to. I want to say, hey, Tamika Diamond, she's tuned in, and thank
Hey,
everybody else
Mika.
that's tuned in. But that's something I was kind of get around to. Poverty mindset, the key, the seed of that is ignorance.
yeah,
Yes.
Because if you don't learn and continually learn, you will remain in poverty.
yeah,
Yes, you
Now, for
will.
me, some people think that people are in poverty because they don't have money. Well, that is the case only a small percentage of the time.
Right.
A lot
right,
of Black people are living in poverty because of their mindset.
Mm-hmm.
right,
Because if you
Mm-hmm.
think about it, the
Mm-hmm.
definition of poverty is someone who is extremely poor, meaning
Yes.
right.
lacking resources,
Right.
lacking the ability to gain resources.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have that.
No.
A lot of people living in poverty got plenty resources
Yes.
and have the ability to access resources.
I mean,
So
there's not.
what is the reason? What is the
Mm-hmm.
reason? And I feel like it's the mindset. Have you
Mindset.
ever watched anyone increase their income but
Mm-hmm.
also increase their debt?
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
Mm.
what is the point of increasing your income?
Right. No point.
It's a
I watch.
mindset.
I watch different autobiographies all the time, and I get amazed at how people will gain and lose money. Like I was watching one where it was showing all these lottery winners, and then like
Hmm.
5, 10 years later they were broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because they weren't used to having the money, so they didn't know to get a financial
Mm-hmm.
advisor, or
Right.
they trusted somebody, but because they didn't have the good smarts to check behind that
Mm-hmm.
person,
Mm-hmm.
well, they
Right.
still ended up in poverty.
Right.
You know, I used to do
Yes.
a lady's hair who her husband was a professional baseball player, very,
Mm-hmm.
very, very popular. When I lived in St. Louis, and she was saying
Mm-hmm.
she had went to school, and she was saying the thing that she wanted to do was teach these young guys that when you get this money fresh out of college, or you
Mm-hmm.
get into the NBA, the NFL, baseball, whatever the case is, to
Mm-hmm.
teach them financial planning because they'll give you the money, but they don't give you the tools and things to learn
Right.
that you
Right.
got to be able to invest this money because there's a lot of older basketball players that broke and destitute, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, that don't have
Right.
anything, and you think you was making millions of dollars.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's a mindset, but they got to know that everything is at your fingertips now, and
Yes.
you can't just say, "Well, I didn't know." You knew.
And then it's sad when
Mm-hmm.
you lack things that don't even cost money. Some people are sitting in their homes
Mm-hmm.
lacking things that they could get for free. But because you have
True.
not sought out resources, you don't even know
Yes.
that
They
Yes.
there are places that will give you some of the things that you need for free.
Right.
So that is the reason why I feel
Mm-hmm.
like educating ourselves, teaching
Yes.
each other, and talking to our community about this poverty
Mm-hmm.
mindset,
Mm-hmm.
because there's also a wealth mindset. And
Yes.
see, my children bring this to my attention when I said I showed them my budget, and they would
Mm-hmm.
always say, "But we never went without, and we always thought we had money." I said, "You
Mm-hmm.
know why?
Right.
Because I have a wealth mindset.
Yes.
yeah,
I am not stingy with money.
Yes.
When somebody need,
Mm-hmm.
I give it like I got three times of what I'm giving them, even
Mm-hmm.
though it could be my
Mm-hmm.
last."
Right.
right,
Because a wealth
Right.
mindset knows that you can't hold tight to money and be scared to lose it.
right.
Because
Yes.
if you
Right.
attach fear to the loss of money,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you will always lose money.
Exactly.
People don't
Right.
understand that. So you
Yes.
can't be afraid to lose it. That's one way
Mm-hmm.
to transition to a wealth mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Another way, like I said, give. Another way is to believe that you deserve the things that you need.
Yes.
Can you imagine some people don't
Need.
even know they deserve just basic needs?
Yes.
Yeah,
Like
It's
getting
sad.
work, health care,
Yeah.
that is a need. That's not a want.
Right.
right.
So with
Mm-hmm.
people who live in poverty and will have, you know, need
Mm-hmm.
dental work, need eyeglass, need health
Mm-hmm.
care,
Mm-hmm.
need these things, won't seek
Right.
out resources for them. Some of this you can get free or a reduced cost.
Right.
But you have to know that you deserved it. You
Mm-hmm.
deserve
Mm-hmm.
good teeth. You deserve to see
Mm-hmm.
with glasses or
Mm-hmm.
contacts or
Right.
whatever you need. You know,
Right.
you deserve a brace if you need it on your leg.
Mm-hmm.
Some things is just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
people go without.
Right.
And if
Yes.
you work hard, you deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Yes, you
Yes,
do.
You have guilt about that.
Yes. Yes.
yes. Well,
So
that's
they
that's
have guilt
because
about that.
I think that we have been taught, unfortunately, to have emotional ties to money.
Yeah.
We
Mm.
understand money is just a tool, like anything else, just like credit.
Yes.
You can't be
Mm.
emotional about it. You know,
Right.
if
Mm-hmm.
you have money, if you lose money, whatever it is, what it is, it's
Mm-hmm.
just a tool. You
Mm-hmm.
go get more.
Right.
You and you better yourself
Mhm.
so that you can gain more money. I just want to
Exactly.
encourage everybody that's listening and that's going to watch later to get out of a poverty mindset, have a wealth mindset. Always
Yes.
feel like whether you driving a Humpty or a Benz, feel
Mm-hmm.
you would
Mm-hmm.
feel if you was in that Benz.
Right. Right.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can't allow these things, these objects to dictate your self-esteem because that
Mm-hmm.
keeps you in a
Right.
poverty mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So I will carry a Kroger bag just like I'm carrying a Coach bag. If that's all I can put my lunch in, I'm gonna be
Right.
happy.
Right.
Put my
Right.
lunch in
And,
a Coach bag.
Right.
mhm.
Yes.
You
You
know,
know what? And I started listening to people like Les Brown, E.T. the hip hop. I was gonna say the hip hop barber. Lord have mercy. But Eric Thomas.
Right.
There's so many people out here that you can listen to that you can get motivation from to
Mm-hmm.
know that you are so worthy and to know that guess
Yes.
what? God didn't make no junk. You are
right,
No.
here on purpose.
On
right,
purpose.
If you
Right.
were birthed out
Mm-hmm.
of somebody,
Yes.
you were here on purpose.
Mm-hmm. There you
So my
go.
whole thought process is let's do things more on purpose. Like I said, be
Mm-hmm.
in the moment and enjoy life.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Right.
but know that whatever you do, do it in a conscious mind because I
Mm-hmm.
must say, when I came to Houston, I said, boy, I come across some folks. I come from Chicago, and I thought we'd get over on people there. These folks here, baby, they get up extra early and figure out how to con folks. And I'm like, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
It's
No, you
so
don't.
much out here. And guess what? Everybody got their own lane.
right.
Mm-hmm.
What's for you is
Mm-hmm.
for
It's for
you.
you.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What's for me is for me. But
Yes.
again, you got to sit, be quiet,
Mm-hmm.
and listen to his word.
Yes.
yes,
Ask him because when
Yes.
I wake up in the morning, I say, okay, Lord, thank you for allowing me to wake up another day to make
Mm-hmm.
a dent in this world. And you just never know. I could be somebody's answered prayer.
Right.
yes.
That's
You know,
right.
just
Yes.
Lord, guide me to be
Mm-hmm.
somebody's answered prayer
Mm-hmm.
because you throughout the day, how many times you think about somebody call you and ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, you definitely somebody's answered prayer today. Hey, Don, I want to acknowledge Don Keys. She is tuning in and she says, greetings, ladies. I just love listening to E.T., Inky Johnson, and Muncie Hawkins. So
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
those are some good people
yeah.
that we
Even
can add
Lisa
to our
Nichols.
rotation.
Lisa
Mhm.
Nichols is another good one. Of course,
Right.
Steve Harvey. I mean, there's so many out there that once you
Mm-hmm.
start putting it in, all other ones will kind of start popping up.
Yeah,
Right.
You
Yes.
know, it's so many. But I've been listening to E.T. probably about 8 years, and I just
Mm-hmm.
love everything that he says. He's so forceful, and he says things with such
Mm-hmm.
passion that it just
Right.
resonates with me. But
Right.
we just have to know that we're here on purpose, and we
Mm-hmm.
have to want better for our lives
Yes, we do.
before it will actually manifest.
Right.
oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And don't be afraid of success. If
Mm-hmm.
you feel like you're supposed to be successful, don't be afraid of it. Because I have a
Mm-hmm.
friend, she's an author, and I keep telling her, you got to do. She said, I know, I'm just afraid of making it. And
Mm.
she had to come to realization of that.
We can help each other with that because
Yes.
I think we all know if you've had any measure of success, a lot of times you lose people. They don't want to be
Oh,
bothered with you no more.
Yes.
You know,
Right.
they want to see you down. And so
Right.
there is a fear associated with that. I used to deal with that. You just want
Mm-hmm.
to be like everybody else. You don't want to be set apart because you
Right.
feel like people will stray away from you. So we can
Hmm.
help each other and embrace each other when you're successful. Love on each other. Be happy for each other.
Right. Right.
But
Because
that's again being in the right mindset, being
Yes.
yes,
around the right people.
Around the
If
right
you're
people. There
around
you go.
jealous-hearted people, they're
Hmm.
not going to do anything but bring you down. You know.
yes,
Hmm.
So if you in the right mindset and you got the right people around you,
Hmm.
you're gonna survive and you're gonna make it. Like you're
Yes.
gonna make it
but the
Yes.
right people got to be the right people on purpose, like you said, purposely.
on purpose. Yeah.
You know, and that's the reason why I love the show and what we're doing, and the reason why we settled on the name Lip Service is because that whole saying
Hmm.
is kind
Hmm.
of like people when they just pay lip service to you. That means they're not doing nothing behind it. It's just words.
Right.
I wanted to kind of turn that on its head because I
Hmm.
feel like our words are powerful. Our
Yes.
words
They are.
bring things into the world, bring things into existence.
Yes.
Just like God said, "Let there be light." We got that same power in us.
Yes, we
And
do.
so I want us to practice that. And in that saying, I want to start out because this is
Hmm.
something that I want us to do every show, affirming each other and giving each other positive words. So I'm going to start and I'm going to say
Yes.
to you, Lisa Renee, not only are you beautiful, I mean, you are incredibly stunning to look at, you're beautiful, but it's more your spirit that is coming across. You just have a beautiful, kind, loving spirit
Mm.
and I appreciate that.
Mm.
That is
Thank
a
you.
wonderful thing. Sometimes you see people's posts on social media, you hear they motivational posts, and you look at them, and you see another type of spirit coming out at you. It's kind of like, oh, I don't know.
Right.
To see that light and that glow that
Yes.
you have about you is a
Thank
blessing,
you. Thank
and I
you.
just have to acknowledge that.
Yes.
And for Shareece, you already know, I think you are the bomb. But I just
Mhm.
think that we have to learn how to say these things to each other while we can.
Yes.
So
Yes.
for you, I'm gonna just say it every week, Shareece. We're just gonna be affirming and confirming each other. You are just beautiful inside and out, so super creative. I mean, this
Yes.
girl can make anything. If she see it once, she can make
Wow.
it happen.
She can make it.
But that's the God in her because we are
Yes.
part of the
Yes.
creator. So of
That's right.
course we'll be
That's
able
right.
to create as well.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
I'm just happy to know you guys and that's my
Yes.
goal. So whenever y'all ready, we're just gonna confirm and affirm and just give good words to each other
Yes.
Okay.
before
Well,
we
for me, I think you are you are very insightful. Lisa. You know, you have vision beyond your days of age. You know, I think that you two are very creative, are very strong-minded and willed. You have such a beautiful kindred soul that you always want to help and go above and beyond. So I think for you, there's nothing. 2020 is going to be better, and it's
Mhm.
just going to get better from that point forward.
I
And
receive
then
that.
Miss Renee, I just love everything about you from what I've heard today.
Thank
I don't
you.
really know you that well, but I
Yes.
just think that you two are a visionary with a beautiful heart because anybody that loves kids and want to do for them, that's a special kind of person.
Yes.
You know, and it takes a special kind of love for that. And
Yes.
Yes.
so I thank you for thinking of the others who
Yes.
all fall through the cracks.
Mhm.
Yes.
Because there's
Yes.
so
Yes.
many that fall through the cracks.
Yes.
And it's our black children that are the
Mhm.
ones falling through there. And there's nobody to extend that hand out to say, I'm here to help.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and you have come up with an awesome idea of helping the people that are incarcerated, because I'm sure it's men and women,
Yes.
as
It
well
is.
as the kids. So
Mhm.
I think that's something there that you just you can't that's not gonna come from everybody. 'Cause I would have
Right.
never came up with that. I just
Yeah.
would never.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
It came
blessing.
straight from God.
That's right. So yeah.
Straight from God.
And I
Lisa,
want to oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lisa.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, I just was going to jump in and encourage our listeners and the people that's viewing and will watch this later. Try to make this a regular practice because it's nothing like waiting
Yes.
till somebody is not here to say these things.
Yes.
You know, I want to be the type of person that I done said everything. So
Right.
Yes.
when a person not here, I don't feel no type of way. I have
Right.
told them every time I got the chance how much I love them and how wonderful they are
Yes.
and the things I admire. So
Yes.
I think we all should get into practice of doing that with each other. Because
Oh,
Right.
you
yes.
sometimes you admire somebody and you never got a chance to tell them. And the
Right.
next thing you know, they're gone.
They're gone.
So I think we should all get into practice whenever we're in each other's presence. I mean, it don't have to be all the time, but when you have
Hmm.
an opportunity, just let people know how you feel about them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's I appreciate you doing this because I've come from that type of community of women who do that for one another,
Awesome.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
it's yeah, and it's to have it happen again today. It just gives me the chills in a good way to know
Yes,
that people are affirming one another and doing it straight from the heart because I feel you ladies when you said what you said to me, I felt it.
yes.
And that comes straight from spirit to spirit. My sisters, I love you this day. I love you today and always. Thank you, Lisa Renee, for inviting me on your show. It just I just leaped for joy when I seen the inbox, and I was like, oh my goodness, just like a little child. It was so exciting. I've been working with Mika Diamond, and she's been helping me with my marketing. And when that came across, her and I, we just leaped for joy. It was such a blessing to know that all of our efforts, all of our work in the background is coming to fruition.
Yeah.
And I just thank God for you having the platform to have me on and the graciousness of your heart,
Oh,
the,
thank you.
the sisterhood that I feel with you already. It's like there's a kindred spirit going on between us. And
Absolutely.
Lisa Renee and Lisa Dene, we've
Yeah.
got to do something with that.
Okay.
Right.
Absolutely. And you know, I just think it's wonderful that you said that because
Mhm.
we have so much power. I have been saying this for
Yes,
years. We
yes.
have so much power. If we use our power in the right way, there's nothing we cannot accomplish.
Right.
That's right.
We are powerful
Mhm.
people and we have to
Yes,
use it right and use our power in the
yes.
right way. And
Hmm.
so, before we go, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening. I really do want to allow you guys to say something, and I'm going to say something too. It's just been on my heart to say words to anyone who is
Hmm.
out there missing a loved one or feeling grief
Yes,
today. if
yes.
if we could just say some words that someone may hear later that can comfort them today.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'll
Okay.
go first. I
Okay.
just want to say because I know that holidays always touch people and people feel all type of things. I was going through that
Yes,
today about my friend that I lost earlier this year. He was a good father to his children and a good friend to me. And this day just
yes,
brought all that back to me, you know, because
yes.
the grief never goes away. So I
No.
just want to say to someone else that may be experiencing some grief today, you know, feel the pain. It's okay.
Yes.
Sometimes we run away from pain,
Hmm.
but feel it, live in it
Yes,
for the
yes.
moment,
Hmm.
feel it fully, and then get up from there.
Yes.
It's a time to mourn and it's a time to
Hmm.
laugh. And
Hmm.
so give yourself that time. Feel the pain, don't wallow in it, but don't run from it and don't, by all means, don't bury it. And
Yes.
just know that you are loved. And regardless if you feel it today,
Mhm.
you are loved. And that's my words for anybody who is feeling any type of grief today.
Yes. Yes. I would say today for those that are listening that you are enough.
Mm,
Right.
God didn't make any mistakes when He created you. He made you whole, and you are to live your life in wholeness because of who He has made you to be. Not anyone else's opinion,
yeah.
not anyone else's innuendos or agenda for you, but He has created you for this day, for such a time as this. During this pandemic, He created you for this to come
Mm,
out, to have your fearless voice, to no longer stand in the background, to just come out, be who he's created you to be, have the freedom to be you in him, and do everything that you do on purpose in him.
Yes. That's good.
Yes. And I'm going to say for all of the ones living, if you are having a father or a father figure who is above ground or underground, however it works, just know that they are with you in heart and mind and spirit. Uh, Go on to be the best you that you can possibly be. Always
Yes.
strive to be a little better than you were the day before. And remember, power is in the tongue. So
Yes,
if
it
you
is.
start off with loving yourself, then you can love
Yes.
others effortlessly.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Oh, that's good.
Mm.
yeah, and I just say that know that myself, I have a father and my brother who both were, well, my father a parent, and then my brother who has passed on, who was also a father. Uh, he is now gone, and at such a young age, gunfire. But uh,
Mm.
I just see in his kids and know that he's with them and he's watching over them. They're proud. Uh, they've grown up to amazing children,
Yes.
young adults, I should say, because they're 19 and like 21, 22. But I just say that know that, you do things, do
Mhm.
it with God in mind and know that you're doing the right thing.
Yes.
Don't do things because it's
Yes.
popular. Do it because it's the right thing to do. And
Yes.
as long as you're on the right side of
Mm-hmm.
God and good,
Mm-hmm.
everything else will fall in place.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, I want to
Yes.
read this comment from one of the listeners and viewers, Don Keys. Thank you so much for tuning in. She says, "Forgive me. Each of you have richly blessed my soul today. I am smiling so
Mm-hmm.
hard, witnessing all the love, each of loving on one another. This is what we need during this time. Please do more of this. I will be tuning in." Thank you so much, Dawn.
Yes.
And we are just so happy to use this platform for good, because of
Yes.
course we could be
Yes.
doing all kind of ratchet stuff, talking about
Yes.
what men ain't doing and what men ain't got. But thank God for wisdom to use it the
Yes.
right way.
Yes.
And I just want to remind everybody in Harris County that the mask order is being enforced. So let y'all know our county judge, Miss Lena, she not playing no games. You need
He's
to
not
wear a
playing.
mask
Yes.
wherever you
Yes.
going. They are enforcing the mask again. So I want to
Yes.
encourage everybody: be safe, use wisdom when you're going out, and
Yes.
think about other people. It's not just about you.
Yes.
That's right.
So, ladies, thank you so much. It's been great.
Yes, it has. I'd
It
like
has
to
been
say
wonderful.
one thing before we go to Shareece.
Yes.
Shareece, I say to you, woman of God,
Oh, thank you.
woman of wisdom, woman of creativity, woman
Mhm.
of beauty, keep shining.
Oh,
Yeah.
Keep
okay.
shining.
I will. Well, I
Yes.
tears
Yes.
my eyes on that one. All right.
Yes.
This is what we need. This is what we
Yes.
need.
Yes.
I just love that. I love that, it sometimes it takes courage to show love.
Yeah.
Sometimes it
Yes.
takes courage.
Yes.
And I love that, you are courageous enough to say, because sometimes, you don't want to be out of place. You don't want to feel no type of way. I want to
Right.
encourage other people, be
Right.
courageous.
Yes.
Right.
It's okay to
Yes.
tell somebody what
Right.
you feel and how you feel. You don't know
Yes.
what it's going to do for them. She wiping
Right.
tears over there, okay?
Right.
Yes. Yes.
I'm telling you, it just got me right here in my soul.
That's a
Yes.
beautiful thing.
Amen.
That's a
Amen.
beautiful thing. But I want to remind everyone about the event. Could you give us the information
Yes.
one more
One more
time?
time.
Okay. Yes, it is Saturday, June 27th at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. And you can go to Eventbrite, and it is there listed as Youth Anxiety Workshop by Lisa Renee.
All right, go ahead and register everybody. If you know any child, it don't have to be your child. These are going to be tools that she's giving us out to help people help deal with anxiety in youth. This is really big right now. A lot of people are feeling anxiety due to this pandemic, and you might can use some of these tools for yourself too, even as an adult. The point is, it's a free event, and she's giving this out for us. We want to take advantage, and we want to support her. And the next time, if she doesn't, and if it's paid, we are going to still register. Let's do this. Let's get behind her. This is something that we need, and our
Right.
children need. Your
Thank
neighbor's children, any child you come in contact with, you need to
Right.
have this information. So again, thank you all so much for tuning
thank you.
in, and we will see you next time. Thank you, Miss Lisa Renee, for being with us.
Thank you for
Any
having me.
last words, Shareece?
Um, you can follow us at Stunner Radio, and then for myself, I am at All For You Boutique and Hair Gallery. Miss Lisa Renee, can you let them know where they can follow you?
Yes, I'm at I am Lisa Renee on my business page, and I am Lisa Renee also on my personal page. And on Instagram, I am Lisa Renee 7.
All
7.
right.
Yes,
Number
All
7.
number 7.
Okay.
Number of completeness.
That part.
yes. And you guys can follow me on all social media under Lisa Renee. And please visit Stunner Radio website, stunnerradio.com. Stunner Radio is also on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And thank you all so much. If you want to be a guest on the show, reach out to us. We thank our guest for today. It has been a blessing.
Yes.
And we
Yes.
definitely want to have you back again.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Y'all be safe. Love on each other. Until next time, we'll see you again.
Alrighty.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Have a good
Thank you.
night.
You too.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.